Now that you've watched our top restaurants video, it's time for dessert, of course. And so here are my 5 favorite dessert spots in Tokyo that you just have to go to. All right, let's count it down. We're in the neighborhood of Ibisu, and this is a cozy ice cream shop called Japanese Uka. And what we have here is basically a soy glazed mochi with matcha gelato. So something a little different. We've had a lot of food so far. Our first dessert place along this roadmap through Tokyo. Excited to try this. I love mochi. You know I love mochi. So you have the soy kind of glaze out here. The ice cream is melting pretty quickly, but I've heard a lot of good things about this matcha. Soy glaze is nice and hot. It's sweet, but with doesn't have that strong sugary taste. It's like more of a brown sugar, but it's like salty and sweet. The matcha, perfectly done. Now for the mochi. We got 2 skewers of them, 4 mochi each, so that's 8 mochi balls. Really chewy, really soft. I don't know if these are freshly made, so it doesn't really blow me away, but it's kind of a nice combo with the soy glaze and the mochi. Interesting, yeah. Like there's definitely a strong soy kind of taste to it. We definitely had a great time here. The matcha gelato that we had was excellent. And in fact, most of the locals that come here get a cup of ice cream / gelato. The bonus here as well, if you sit inside, is that there's free tea. Lastly, I'll say that the mochi itself wasn't that impressive. So maybe stay away from that. Maybe it could be better. So anyways, on to the next dessert spot. This spot came as a recommendation from a friend. This is Flippers, and what it is basically a Japanese soufflé pancake. Something that I've never had before. Apparently it's really, really good, so we're gonna try it out. It's like a really poofy pancake, not your traditional kind of like American pancake. It's soufflé, which is why it looks like this. But we got the original because we wanted to try it in its purest form. So no knife needed. It cuts through just like that, and look at that. Well, it's really light and fluffy. Extremely light and fluffy. Packed with flavor, I don't know. It's kind of like a vanilla base. Nice and sweet, but not overpowering. Put some cream with that. Look at that. Properly souffled. So I've had a couple bites of this, or a few bites of this, and it has a really nice, light, fluffy texture to it. Egg flavored. The cream is actually really, really good. I know we didn't get this with the fruit, but the cream has this kind of like maple infused with the cream, and it really adds to the pancakes. So we're really glad that we came to Flippers. It was a bit annoying to get here because it's not on a JR line or the Tokyo Metro line, but we ended up walking here from Shibuya. Well worth the hike because these Japanese soufflé pancakes, you can't get anywhere else. We're in Harajuku, and this is Zaku Zaku. What I got here is one of the cones that they have out here. Just excited to dig in because I've been waiting for dessert all day. It's kind of surrounded by this crunchy crisp. I don't know what it is. It's not really a nut, but nice and creamy. Fresh dairy, I can tell. This was only $4.50, but we got one more surprise for you. Okay, so the second item that I have here is a croquant chou from Zaku Zaku. What it is kind of like a cream puff on crack, or so I've heard. So I'm gonna give it a shot. It's really crispy on the outside, actually. And I think there's like a custard cream inside. It's long in shape. Gotta give it a shot. A lot of the same crisp that was in the ice cream. as you see here on the top side and kind of all around, and you got the custard inside. And the beauty is it's not even that expensive. It's only 250 yen, which is about 260, 270 Canadian dollars. The custard cream isn't that sweet either, so it's not that overpowering. It's kind of a nice balance between the crisp of the croquant with the custard inside. Now, one thing you gotta know about Zaku Zaku is that it is along that main street of Harajuku. That's why there's a lot of traffic going back and forth. Really popular, but when we got here, the line wasn't too bad. It is a weekday, so maybe that's it. The other thing that's kind of unique is that it is from Hokkaido. It was born in Hokkaido. I think this milk is from Hokkaido. The cream and kind of the invention of the croquant is from Hokkaido. So that's what makes it kind of different. And obviously anything in Japan that's from Hokkaido is always super popular. So if you're in Harajuku, this is Zaku Zaku. Last time we came to Harajuku, we had these amazing crepe cones. They're Harajuku crepes. And I remember one distinct thing. We had ice cream and we had cheesecake. And this time we came back and made sure we did it all over again. So this is the matcha green tea ice cream with the matcha cheesecake and cream and all the goodness inside. Yeah, this is the one thing that we definitely wanted to do coming to Harajuku. There are a ton of different places here on the street, but the one I do definitely remember is here. This is called Angel's Heart. I don't even know how to eat this. It's so intense. We got the green tea, the cheesecake, the cream, the perfectly made thin layered crepe. That's really good matcha ice cream. And you got the cheesecake there. You mix it all in. The creaminess and the richness of the cheesecake mixed in with the ice cream, and then the cream. The best of all desserts that you're looking for. At least my favorite desserts. Anyways, ice cream, cheesecake, crepe, all in one. Definitely doesn't disappoint. Angel's Heart is as good as I remember. So we're in Ginza 6 right now, and we're in the basement floor where all the food action is happening. We found this shop, never heard of it, I think it's from Kyoto, and they specialize in matcha. So what we ordered is the extra creamy version of the matcha soft serve. So we've never heard of it, but there's a lot of people lining up for it, so it must be good, right? It's like properly milky and creamy. Obviously that matcha flavor really comes through. It's a really strong matcha flavor that's quite distinct. This is Tsujiri.